Brothers, where the days is filmed before a live internet audience.
Attention all personnel. Attention all personnel. All right, I'm done with that joke for the moment. It's time for Those Were the Days, the show where we talk about classic television. We are deep into our episodes about MASH. We have done it 3 times. We're going to do it one more. We got one more for you as we talk about classic television. I might be the company commander this week, Travis, but I can't do this alone. No, I need my head nurse, Amy.
Nobody puts Hawkeye in a corner.
The best company clerk money can buy, it's Steven.
Oh, what are we doing today? We're mixing up another episode of MASH. Let's see. It's 3 parts drama, 1 part comedy. No, Dave. 3 parts comedy, 1 part drama. Oh, too late. The drink's been made. Ship it.
And finally, the finest chaplain we could ever hope for. It's Audie.
What the frick? I just gotta say, after doing this for a month, after going through all these episodes, like 9 seasons in, the one we're talking about tonight, damn, I get it. I get it. Like, I get why MASH is MASH and so hollowed TV. I get it.
Absolutely. Yes, it is MASH. We are here at the 4077 for one more time as we talk about MASH Season 9, Episode 18, Blood Brothers. So I wanted to take us to a later season. We've done a couple early ones. We did one sort of in the middle, Season 5. We did the Klinger episode. But I wanted to take us deeper in. Radar is now gone. We have Charles Winchester III around, and I wanted to give us something new. Fun thing about this episode is it was directed by Harry Morgan. Good old Colonel Potter himself directed this episode. And I also wanted you all to go in blind with it. So it's pretty quick, but who was surprised by our special guest star to show up within the first 30 seconds here? I'm seeing Steven and Audie raising their hands.
Had I not been watching so much MASH, right? I saw tiny baby Ed Begley Jr. the other day, right? So I was surprised, but also not, because it's you know how when we were kids, if you weren't on an episode of Sesame Street, you weren't anybody.
Yeah.
I feel like MASH feels like this. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot, and the Ed Begley Jr., I got halfway through the episode before, because I was just watching, and I was like, I do need to go look this up and make sure that is in fact him.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. Well, in this particular episode, we got our special guest star almost immediately, and it is one Patrick Swayze.
Tiny baby Patrick.
Yeah.
This was his television debut.
Oh
no,
that was the thing. Looking it up afterwards, I was like, okay, when the heck did he do this compared to everything else? Oh wait, he did this before everything else.
What?
He was.
And
he was so good.
Right? He was incredible. He really sold it so well for it being his television debut. I absolutely adored that. So
he sold, there's an innocence to his character that really worked. I believed he was in the army, but I also believed him to be a very sincere, innocent brother type guy.
Yeah.
He just did such a good job carrying that.
Well, and I have to imagine it would be so easy to kind of phone in, hey, I got a role. I'm this part on a show. I'm only in one episode. And it would be very easy to just be a very stock character, but he really embodies the character of Sturgis. You feel like this is a fully fleshed out person that he is portraying, because this guy does care about his friend.
Yeah.
And then even to the point of he doesn't want to leave him knowing I might have, because the emotional gut punch of this episode is Hawkeye doing some blood tests. So, all right. Soldiers brought in. Sturgis is played by Patrick Swayze. He's waiting for it. His buddy is in rough shape. He doesn't want to leave his side. They're best friends, blood brothers. But his buddy is he's gotten an infection of some kind. So BJ can't do the surgery yet. He's not.
Yeah,
in any
he's
shape
got
for
a
it.
he's got a fever.
He's got a fever. It needs to come down before he can do anything. So Sturgis is like, well, I'm going to stay right here. He puts a bed, he gets the bed right next to him. I love Hawkeye saying, remember, the bathroom is one flight down. He just sets the bedpan down underneath.
So good.
So as they're, and he says, well, if he needs blood or anything, we're both A positive. I'm a donor. So they take some of Sturgis's blood just to run, standard tests on it, make sure everything's good.
I make sure that he's cool.
I love this scene so much because of how calm and collected everybody is. Like, we're just gonna, we'll just hook you up. No problem. That's really convenient.
I mean,
no
you got to
big
think
deal.
about how deep into the war it is by this point, right?
Right.
Like, I mean, yeah. All right.
We're on year 9 of this 5-year war.
I saw
Right.
I saw an episode where they did actually, like, they physically had, I think it was Klinger, physically, like, no stops, just plugged into another human from above,
Oh, wow.
putting blood right into him.
I mean, they do that. You can direct transfuse.
I mean, you got,
Right. You do what you have to sometimes.
I mean, I guess because the pressure on the other end of the tube is less. There's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
as much
Basically.
in there. How's that work? How do you siphon
no
blood out of a
idea.
person into another person?
So-
I'm not going to look that up.
we've got Sturgis not wanting to leave his side, and then in our other plot in this episode is Potter calls in Father Mulcahy because he's got good news for him, and he's got good news that James Reardon is coming to visit the 4077. James,
A lot of people come to visit the 4077.
They
I'm going
do.
to tell you that right now.
yes, they do.
It's quite the outfit. You
Yeah.
want to go look at it.
James Reardon, by the way, the Cardinal Reardon is coming to visit, which Mulcahy is. I love how he's like, oh, this is fantastic. What luck. When is he coming? Sunday. What rotten luck. He's
He's got to come
I
on my
love Potter.
work day.
Yeah.
But I love Potter being like, you're going to strip the gears, putting it in reverse that quickly.
That's good.
And he and it's Mulcahy just being like, I don't have enough time to. He wants to impress the Cardinal. And he doesn't have enough time now, right? He needed this 2-day notice 2 weeks ago.
Right.
But I like that. So those are our two kind of conflicts, right? We've got Sturgis and his friend are, in surgery, his buddies. They got to get the infection taken care of. Sturgis wants to, hey, I can donate blood if he needs it. And then Father Mulcahy's dealing with the Cardinals on his way. And now, of course, because it's there's somebody important coming, everywhere the Mulcahy looks is just a den of iniquity.
Yeah, there's a lot of gambling because it's payday.
Yeah.
So the gambling ring is hot and heavy.
Oh, and for Stephen and Audie, this is probably their first time meeting Sergeant Rizzo
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
in
Yes.
the motor pool.
Mm-hmm.
So he sort of took over. He wasn't the new radar, but he took over that portion of things. But instead of being the young, naive character, now he's this like real slick used car salesman, gambling, running the motor pool guy.
He's got that great line about because they're trying to get him to stop for 3 days. Give me
Yeah.
3 days.
Yeah.
And he's like, but what if the war ends tomorrow and I don't have a chance to take all these guys' money?
Yes,
I liked
or-
him a lot. There's something weird about watching the show and having characters you're familiar with and then getting dropped into an episode where there are characters you're familiar with in there. And to me, I didn't even know Rizzo was like a mainline character. I thought surely this is just a character they've implanted here to do this story. Kind of like a bit part,
Sure.
it didn't register to me that this was someone who was in the final seasons of the show.
Yeah. And Sergeant Rizzo, by the way, played by the inimitable G.W. Bailey, whom I always think of as the police captain from the Police Academy films. He's great in that. But here he is as Rizzo, and they're shooting craps. And I did like the way he said it too. Is what if peace happens and we all go home and I don't have a chance to shear these sheep?
Yeah.
That's good.
I like that it takes out like the nice thing is that we get to have Klinger play off him a little more because Klinger's still Klinger.
Mhm.
Klinger's always gonna be Klinger, but now this is just who he is, right? Like there's no hope. Like there's no hope.
Yep.
of saying,
And he
like,
knows
this-
it.
He's
He's
not
just-
leaving.
No.
But commitment to a bit, and I appreciate that.
That was the thing, noticing Klinger much more in Army regs
Yeah.
this episode. I was like, oh, okay.
Because truthfully, Klinger has taken over the radar position. He is the new company
Yeah.
clerk. He
Yeah.
does all the things that radar used to do. And then they brought in, and Rizzo wasn't an every episode character, but he was a very recurring character. But yeah, I like that they're shooting the dice, and Potter's like, look, guys, because Potter's always just looked away. But now he's like, guys, come on. I don't want to see this anymore. And I just love Mulcahy at every turn running into them somewhere. Like he goes, where is it they go? They go to the VIP tent, is it? No, that's later.
No.
He
No, it's
finds
later.
them,
He finds him in the storage room at one point.
the storage room. That's
Yeah.
what it was. And it was, I thought Colonel Potter said he didn't want to see any more gambling. That's why we
That's why
moved
we're doing
inside.
it here.
Right.
And the best part of that is Klinger being like, "Come on, guys,
Yeah.
what are you doing?" And he's
Right.
like, "Hey, do you have those $5 from the game this morning, Klinger?" Brutal.
It's like, you're going to throw me under the bus. I'll throw you right back.
Mhm.
So yeah, those are our two main plots. Now, where it gets heavy is just Sturgis is there for his buddy, and BJ
He has a
feel like he
broken
is
arm.
making
Like,
a
I
difference.
mean,
Yeah, he
he
has a
is.
broken arm. It's a good point. But he's there for him. He's talking to him, and BJ does feel like it is helping some.
Sure.
There is something to that. But as Hawkeye is checking his blood, he finds that he might have leukemia.
Yeah.
I
Mm,
loved Alan Alda's work.
He's
in
so
this scene.
Yeah.
good.
He is
Oh,
so good because it's
yeah.
the versatility of this Hawkeye character to like
Mhm.
mhm.
be hilarious and wisecracking and then also just desperately sorrowful or even reprimanding people for stuff like the book burning in the last episode.
Yeah.
Like he just can do anything and you believe it. And the way he sells this without really like saying a lot, he just
Mhm.
passes
Yeah.
the microphone. Like, you look at it. You can count them as many times as you want. That's what it is. And it's
Yep.
just,
Oh.
I was broken watching him because he's all like,
Mhm.
especially that whiplash you get from, yeah, we'll hook you up, we'll fix your buddy up, no problem. We just need to do a quick test to like done. Like this
Yeah.
sucks. I hate this job.
And I mean to think about all of the things that he has seen.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the one that he's like, "Oh."
And it's that idea of, because he even says it in the episode, like this isn't the war's fault.
right.
Yeah.
This is one of the few
Mhm.
times of all the stuff he has dealt with that he can't blame it on the war.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's nothing he can do about it either.
And it's wild
Um,
watching
and
this
at the
too
time-
in a time where you can fix that now. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
it's cure, but they have bone marrow transplants. Back then, they know what to do or how to do it. It was death
Mhm.
sentence. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
it's-
oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's one of those things that like his heart informs his comedy so much more.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like, and just the way Alan Alda can slide from one to the other. Like you said, Steven,
Yeah.
it's just amazing the way he can do it physically as
Mhm.
much as he can do it with what's written and what he's saying.
Yeah.
The magic
my-
of acting often for me is in not what they say, but when they don't say something and it's communicated to you, it
Yeah.
blows my mind. Like an eyebrow moves or something. You're like, I got a whole message out
Yep.
of, from that.
In my watch through, I hit the clip episode, which someday we'll do clips episodes because I think that
shows.
would be fun. The clip show.
No, yeah.
And it's split. I love the format. They did it as like a newsreel. So there is a reporter at the 4077 talking to people, and then it's clips, and it's 2 episodes. And the problem is that the 2 episodes were not, say, chronological. There was the funny episode, and there was
Mhm.
the absolutely not funny episode. And I'm going to tell you right now, you cannot split those 2 things up.
No.
No.
That second one is rough to watch, man.
Mhm.
I can only imagine, because this show, when it goes hard, it goes hard.
So
Yeah,
hard.
it does. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, so Hawkeye comes out to talk to him. This scene I loved. This is Patrick Swayze. I mean, I talk a lot about seeing people in the entertainment industry early in their career, and you just know like that
Yeah.
person's got a career.
That's what I was thinking this whole time, like this
Mm-hmm.
whole episode, how everybody else in the show is like, dang, this Patrick Swayze kid's got some stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Because this scene where Hawkeye comes out to tell him without telling him, because he's got the conundrum, right? He's got the
Right.
the thing of like, do I tell him? Do I not?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Because that's the
BJ
other thing. A lot of times, what they've done, right? Like, am I gonna lose my leg? Not here.
Yeah,
right.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
like they get to pass the buck. I mean, not it. That's a cruel way to say it, but you know what I mean. Like, a lot of that is moved on down the road, and they don't have to be that guy necessarily. They just patch him up and get him to Tokyo.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what he tells him, right?
That's
He's
what he
like,
tries to do. Yeah.
Right.
hey, you're in luck. You're going to go to Tokyo General tomorrow.
Yeah.
I did like the nurses there will give you a sponge bath. You'll have to take a cold shower after.
That was good.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, even like early in the episode, the first time they're talking to him, because they're giving the doctor speak, he's like calling them out on that right away. Like, can't you guys
Right.
ever give a straight answer? So now we're getting even more of that. And he's getting frustrated.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Why are you sending me there? You know, why do you got to run tests for a broken arm? Like, what's going on? And he
Mhm.
won't tell him. And he finally breaks him down. And I love listen, Gary. And he's like, oh, it's Gary
Oh,
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the moment where I was like, man, if I'm Alan Alda and I'm acting across from this guy, this kid,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, all right, this is a real deal right here. This guy
Okay.
knows what he's doing.
Yeah. We're gonna
Mhm.
dance. This is good.
Yeah.
And that's when he tells him. He just finally has to tell him, you've got, you possibly have leukemia. He doesn't know definitively, but he's pretty certain.
Yeah.
And it is that question of like, what's he going to do now?
Mhm.
And how do you take that news? And he doesn't take it great, but Hawkeye doesn't take it well either. So now Hawkeye's got to go. Meanwhile, we've got the Cardinal showing up. So now we got to go back to our other plot.
early.
And he shows up early. And we did skip over where Mulcahy goes to the officers club
Right.
to ask them like,
Uh-huh.
hey, just for a couple of days, could you take that photo down?
Mhm.
And
Yeah, that is not what
That
he
didn't
says.
work.
It
What
isn't.
what is he? Is it the? he uses so many big words, and I
He
can't
does.
ever remember it.
But Igor, his response is great. It's like, I could get court-martialed or worse.
Yeah. And she had a
Um,
I believe the
name.
word he uses is pulchritudinous.
Oh, that's
That's
Is
very
I
good.
believe the word he uses.
Oh my gosh.
And everybody is in there doing stuff. He even goes over to
Mhm.
see Colonel Potter, who's in the
He's
middle of
like,
telling
"Where's
an
Colonel
off-color.
Potter? Oh, he's over there."
yeah.
Him and in Winchester he's about to finish the punchline on a dirty joke for Winchester when Mulcahy walks up. And I love him changing it and Winchester being like, that's not the way I heard it.
Yeah, that's so good.
I'm sure the father doesn't want to hear it the way you heard it either.
Mhm.
And then a fight breaks out and it all, it's just Mulcahy getting more and more annoyed. So then later on when the Cardinal shows up early, it's middle of the night and I like, Colonel Potter comes out in his bathrobe. Sorry I didn't get dressed, but I'm sure you're used to people being in robes. They gotta make
Incredible.
light of it. And we had quite possibly my favorite moment of this entire episode, and I think maybe of the 4 episodes that we watched, which is saying quite a bit. And I captured this audio so that I can play it for you, because this is a damned Marx Brothers Abbott and Costello moment.
Mhm.
Like you will. Here we go.
May I introduce our company commander, Colonel Potter, and our company clerk, Corporal Klinger.
Cardinal.
Corporal. Captain.
Chaplain. Corporal.
Captain.
Colonel. Cardinal. Corporal. Show the Cardinal to his quarters.
That's so good. I'm so glad you captured that.
That was great.
That was
It
what's your
is-
Vector Victor, like just on TV.
Yeah,
is
I was about to say it's
absolutely-
airplane.
Yeah, it's Airplane. It's Spies Like Us. It's all of those rolled into one. It's so brilliantly done because the timing is razor sharp.
Yeah.
yeah.
And the thing about it is it's like 5 people involved in it and each one of them
Mhm.
have a different word to say. It's like Spies Like Us is funny and it's just doctor over and
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
Doctor.
Mhm.
Doctor.
But this is corporal, captain, cardinal, chaplain. I want to know how many takes
It would have taken
Ooh,
me
yeah,
all
that'd be
day.
several.
It would just
Yeah.
buy more stock in Kodak because we're about to run through some film.
So I now have that forever.
So good.
You also-
Along with a nice laugh from Harry Morgan. Because that one.
Because
that one
you
got
wonder
me.
how many times they got it right, and we're just like, yes, right after, and we're like, damn it, we were still filming. No, we gotta
Right?
get it
Ah.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Wait till they
So-
say cut.
right.
And I also like this scene because the cardinal wants to go to the officers' club, and Mulcahy,
Yeah.
he's like, no, we've closed it down for the night so the men can spend their time contemplating. And then Igor comes out, and his buddy just hammered
Mhm.
and talking about the joke again,
Yeah.
which we never get the payoff for.
We do not
No.
get the joke.
It is. And he passes out in the middle of trying to talk about it right in front of them. And it's like, well, the club might be open, but there's no refreshments. He's our bartender.
So good.
I
So
love this. I
Mulcahy-
love the trope of like a man of the cloth comes into town. Everyone acts like he has no idea what happens when he
Right.
Yeah.
Like come
Yeah.
on.
Which is so funny because like Father Mulcahy is like he's in the mix. Like
Oh, yeah.
he knows what's going
He
on.
knows. It reminds me of when the Methodist preacher came to our house one time. My dad freaked out, and we were like, "We gotta clean up everything." Like there was nothing. It was just toys on the floor. Is this bad?
right.
Yeah.
So funny.
So Mulcahy, getting more and more frustrated, heads to the mess tent, and he starts just barking at. He's complaining to Hawkeye. He's
Right.
looking for a sympathetic shoulder. Hawkeye, with his coffee cup, doesn't say a word.
Nothing. This whole
Mm-mm.
scene, it's so
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
This is
Till like the
masterful.
end.
And right up to the point where I think Mulcahy's finally like, well, aren't you going to say anything at all? And he's like, I just don't feel like talking. I had to tell somebody they've got leukemia. And you see talking about stripping the gears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mulcahy does another full reverse
Uh-huh.
and immediately feels for Hawkeye in this moment. He understands how rough that is for him.
Yeah.
And I love the line because it's where Hawkeye says, like, this isn't the war. This isn't the fault of the war. You know,
Yeah.
it's not the war's fault. It's not any. And Mulcahy even tells him, like, yeah, and it's not your fault.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but none of it's been his fault, but he has gotten really, really good at fixing it. They invented a whole new way to save people's legs at the 4077. They had to commission one of the local Korean jewelers to make a special kind of clamp that is new to just them because they could not find someone like they couldn't. The Army Corps of Engineers was like, yeah, we'll get to it right after we build all these bridges. And to the point where they have to travel to other mashes to teach them how to do it. So like they're really good at
Mhm.
fixing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if you don't fix it like permanently, you can at least fix it. And he can't fix it.
right.
He's fix it guy.
That's his
And-
whole reason for being
He
here.
might hate being there, but at
Right.
least that makes it kind of worth it, right? Because if
Mhm.
he's there, then maybe some people don't have to suffer.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And,
some
it's one
people
thing
get
to
to
be
go
like for him to like fix stuff and still fail. Like I'm sure people died on
Yeah,
the table
yeah.
while he's working on them. But it's another thing to just not even have an opportunity. Like just to see the
Mhm.
disaster and be like, I have no tools. Nothing. Would
And-
be just such a defenseless place, man.
Yeah. And to be 9 seasons into the show and they're still able to pull this kind of stuff out.
Mhm.
And that is a testament to the writing of the show and the direction of it, and it's just sort of continuing because we made the joke at the beginning that this show lasted longer than the Korean War did.
Yeah.
But they were able to find ways to continue to tell really compelling stories in new ways this far in, which I think
I'm-
is just phenomenal.
I'm going to tell you, a couple people in chat mentioned it. Season 7, episode 11. Like, this is the thing. Like, I wish I'd known MASH better prior to us starting this because I would 100% have picked this episode. It is called Point of View. And the entire episode is shot as if the camera is a soldier who has been brought to the 4077.
Ooh.
Oh,
Which I feel
wow.
like in 1970 whatever, I don't think that we were doing this a whole lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel
Right.
like this was probably pretty revolutionary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was floored. Hard episode to watch for sure. And it's really interesting, right? Because you do still have Hawkeye being Hawkeye and doing, all of his little quips and jokes and things like that. But getting it from the perspective of a patient is wild.
Ooh.
Oh, I
I
bet.
can imagine.
Wild.
I know I've seen that episode. I haven't watched it in quite a while.
It's really good.
What an idea.
So Mulcahy hears all this, and then we kind of cut to, it's basically the next morning, and Hawkeye comes in to the tent to Father Mulcahy and Sturgis talking, and Sturgis is now like in great spirits.
Mm-hmm.
He's just he looks happy, and Mulcahy's in a great mood, and Hawkeye comes in and basically telling him, like, you can't wear clothes like that, you look like you slept in them. But he's still intent on sending him to Tokyo General. Sturgis doesn't want to go yet. He wants to stay for a couple more days, at least until David can have the surgery and come out of that and
Wake up.
Mhm.
wake
And
up.
know that he
Right.
didn't just leave him.
Yes. Yeah,
Which
it's
I mean,
really
I gotta
important.
tell you, Hawkeye. Because what's 2 days?
Yeah. It's
In this
Mhm.
particular instance, what's 2 days?
And you get Mulcahy is like, Hawkeye, can I talk to you for a second? Like, step into my office here.
Mhm.
And he's talking to him. And I love that because now he's like, yeah, you want him to go now, but that's more for you. That's not
Yeah.
for the kid.
Yeah,
Right.
And that's all Hawkeye needs to hear.
because Hawkeye and BJ had a whole talk about like, because Hawkeye's like, how am I going to tell him? And he's
Yeah.
like, well, why? Like, well, maybe he can make more with the time he has left, or you're going to ruin the time he has left. Like
Mhm.
that, like that's how dire it is that they consider, or BJ makes at least an argument for not telling him, because why? Because what is that going to do?
Right.
Yeah.
In this setting, what good does that
Yeah.
do for this soldier?
Mhm.
Whereas Hawkeye, like we said, he just wants to fix people.
Mhm.
And that he's so headstrong about doing that he forgets that sometimes people need to be fixed in other ways.
Yeah.
But I did like then immediately Hawkeye's like, all right, well, Tokyo called and said that they're full. So you get to stay here for another couple of days. We'll check back.
That was
Yeah.
good.
And just Sturgis is he's content now. Like
Mhm.
he whatever conversation he had with Mulcahy overnight, which we don't know any of,
No.
and is completely irrelevant. Like, we don't need to know.
No.
All we know is that it was what he needed to hear at that moment.
Right.
But also it's what Mulcahy needed in that moment. Because
Which
then
I think
Klinger,
it was for him to remember, like, it's not about the guys in the officers club or whether there's a gambling ring in the storage shed. Like, that's not the part that matters. That,
Right.
Right.
it's this other part.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That is the part of his job that matters.
Right.
yeah, because Klinger shows up and he's like, Father, what are you doing here? Everybody's at mass waiting for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh no. And because Mulcahy is really good at his job.
Yeah. He's doing the work.
Yeah.
And he's doing the work that he needs to be doing. So then he goes and we get him giving his sermon at mass. And it is, again, some fantastic acting.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Just
yeah.
Mulcahy going through everything that he did. I really like William Christopher in this
Yeah.
role.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how the series would give different characters episodes as you go along. I mean, it's very much the Hawkeye show.
Mhm.
But to give him this moment and this part of the episode was really good. And it's a wonderful thing. And they keep cutting to the Cardinal who's sitting there. And I love after Mulcahy does this whole deal, right? He's like, well, I had a sermon. I was working on it. Then I got called away. I never got back to it. And he starts to tell the story. And as soon as he starts telling the story, it's two men, one and one who's a patient here. And it's like, yeah, you're telling the story about yourself. And he
Right.
does eventually
Yeah.
break that. He breaks down and it's like, it was me. I was the one being selfish. And it's a wonderful, I can't do it justice how good that scene is. You really need to watch it. But then for the Cardinal to come up and be like, well, you're a tough act to follow.
Yeah. Right.
Now,
Yeah.
what am I going to do?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was very heartwarming. And that's what this show was so good at being able to do, was punch you in the gut and really hit you with feelings, make you laugh, and then at the end of it, make you feel all warm and fuzzy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically it. We cut to like the Cardinal leaving, saying, "Hey, this was wonderful." You know, everybody's slapping each other on the back, and everybody's all happy. And I do like Mulcahy saying, "All right, everybody to the officers' club. The drinks are on me."
Yeah, right.
Because he's realized like these are the men need that.
Yeah.
And he got so wrapped up in the keeping up of appearances. And it's funny that we watched this episode and we did the one with MacArthur.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Because they're very similar in that it was Blake being all about making sure that everything looked good for General MacArthur, who then just rode right on past. So instead of that gag now, we get the Cardinal does show up, but it's everybody realizing, oh, we don't actually have to change a bunch of stuff just because some big muckety muck is going to show up. You know, he doesn't care. Like if he had just the gambling, maybe, because that is another funny moment when they open up the VIP tent and Rizzo and his guys are in there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I love
like,
that VIP tent. That VIP tent has some serious, like, they get a lot of good joke usage out of the VIP tent.
Yeah, they do.
And that is essentially the episode Blood Brothers from season 9. So we have watched 4 episodes of MASH. What I'm curious about, Amy, I already know the answer to this, if you're going to continue watching MASH.
I figure at this point I've probably watched about 2/3 of it.
Dang.
So
That's about where I'm at.
Nice.
Steven, do you think you're going to watch some more MASH? Do you think this is the kind of thing that you could, because I have found myself over the last couple of weeks using this for comfort background watching while I'm doing other things. Could you see you doing that yourself?
Yeah. I'm actually real disappointed this isn't already in my history of television because it's weird. You know, we've talked about, or I mentioned maybe in the first episode, how much the intro reminded me of the Bob Newhart show or Mary Tyler Moore and stuff that happened in that era. I can just almost see there's a parallel universe me at 8:30 at night watching this before I go to bed at 7, like every night. It's that like it is right up my alley. And I don't know how I've missed it. And yes, I definitely could see watching this more. I need a slow work week where nothing is happening. Where I can actually like do some piddly stuff and watch this. And I've just had too much major focus stuff I've had to do, or I can't have it on, or I'll end up absolutely doing a terrible job because it would pull me right in. So I need to find like that little block of time, like right after work, I'm gonna throw in some MASH and just watch episode, then go do something. You know, it's a beautiful show.
There's so many episodes of it that it's easy to just like toss on one episode, watch it, and you can jump in and out too. Now that you've seen from like the different sort of eras of the show, you can just sort of hop around. How about you, Audie? Is this one for you that you could see watching more of?
Yeah, absolutely. I could definitely throw this on in the background while I'm, working on stuff, drawing stuff. So, and I'm going to try and do that more, like, especially at this point. I'm like, I need to go back and really watch this.
This is one of those shows that's perfect to me for those. I don't know if we posted it in maybe our Discord a couple times. The projects about that where you can turn like a Raspberry Pi into a TV channel flipper. That just brings up stream TV. I would love to have one of those for stuff like this, because I often sit downstairs, and we've obviously had to pick this up off of archive.org, which is not easy to stream to your TV.
No.
You know, like if I could just turn the TV on and it was there, I swear I would watch it. This whole, I'm not going to go on a rant, but this era of selective television is ruining my discoverability and the way I sit down and watch things. And I miss the TV of yesteryear, because I would likely turn this on and middle of the episode, I'd probably leave it and watch 2 episodes or 3 if it was like a run,
I mean, that's I'm finding one of my favorite things about the Olympics is that there is TV that is just on.
It's on.
Whatever's on, that's what we're watching. Great. We're super into curling right now. Phenomenal.
There is something I think really important about a curated experience where somebody has taken the time to program some blocks of things. Like there are, you hear stories about older radio DJs where they would take the 45 single and they would flip it over and play the B-side, maybe by accident, maybe just on purpose, like late at night, and the B-side becomes the bigger hit. And it wouldn't have happened if that radio DJ hadn't played it so that people could hear it and it get out there. And it's similar with television. I love the era of entertainment we're in for the quality of shows, but discoverability is so hard because how often do you sit down in front of the TV or the computer and you spend an hour and a half trying to decide what you want to watch?
Yeah.
And now it's time to go to bed.
Yeah. I don't want the algorithm to deliver me TV it thinks I already like. I wanted to just be on showing me things that I might like. And I think I would love to see more of that. It's just, I feel like I get all sad thinking about this old TV. You just turn stuff on and there it was. And it was kind of great. It was kind of great.
And there are some services that are now running like channels of things. There's Twitch channels that will have, hey, we're running Mystery Science Theater episodes all the time, or we're running this all the time. Shudder has
my Samsung Smart TV comes with channels. So like there's the Murder She Wrote channel,
Roku TV. Like I found a Castle channel. I was like, hell yeah. So,
but it's still not. You still got to know that that's what you want to put on,
right?
But there is
you get a random episode.
The streaming service Shudder has a live channel component to it as well. That is it's just running, and now Shudder is all horror based, but it's just a channel that runs that has horror movies going at any point that you can just hop in and watch. So we're getting a little bit back to that, but I miss that. That's why I built a radio that does this, and I programmed it, and when I go to bed, I turn that on, and it's a random episode of The 0 Hour. It's The Shadow. I can't tell you how many times I have heard, who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men.
The shadow
the
knows.
Shadow knows. And that laugh. And I can tell like roughly what year it's from based on the laugh of the shadow.
Gang, we should do that. We should do one set. We should do radio dramas.
I would be so down for that.
I am here for it.
I love
the idea
finally
of
make everyone listen to my favorite.
We'll talk about that off air.
I love it. Thank you, Astigma, for posting that link in the Discord.
But yeah, like MASH is that type of show. It belongs in that rotation of just, this needs to be the thing that's playing. It can be your background soundtrack of like, like Audie, you said, drawing something or tinkering, building something, doing some, painting miniatures like Amy or I do. And it's just that thing, because I might not want to watch the part of the episode where it gets really heavy, but then I might hear a joke and pay attention to it for a couple minutes. And so I love this. I'm so glad we dove back in, because it's been a few years since I've watched MASH. This was fun to revisit. And I'm glad that we all really enjoyed it. And Amy especially, because at the start of things, you were worried.
That was the funniest thing.
That's the
this
best.
was not for me. Like this was the opposite of checking all the boxes. It put little X's in all the boxes on paper.
Right.
And then it turned out to be like the best thing in the world.
Military and hospital.
I'm out.
Right.
Yeah.
And yet you have watched more episodes than probably the three of us combined at this point.
I do. I probably watch like 4 or 5 a day.
Wow.
Wow.
It's phenomenal.
I've watched long enough to know that they went from saying Boston General, which is not a hospital that exists, to finally getting it correct to Massachusetts General, which is pretty funny. I was like, oh no, you guys, because it starts and I was like, oh no. No. And then so I looked it up. I even had to go so far as to look it up and see if in the 50s. No. But they fixed it. It's fine.
So, Amy, this might be a tough one for you, so I'll come back to you in a minute. But, Stephen, of the 4 episodes of MASH that we watched, have you got a favorite moment in any of those episodes?
That's a really good question. It's hard to pick a singular moment. I think I really did love the episode that Audie brought to us. I think it was no. Amy brought. No, which one was the one with the book burning in it? Was that you, Amy?
That was mine.
That was
Yeah.
yours.
Yeah, that was
because
Big
that was
Mac.
when MacArthur was coming.
Yeah,
I
that was
liked.
MacArthur.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's the Big Mac episode. I just
Yeah.
really liked that. I liked Hawkeye just being tough about that. For some reason, that moment just stuck with me. Maybe it's because of gestures around it, everything. But I just
yeah.
really resonated. Like, what are we doing? And him
Yeah.
calling it out. I thought it was great. I know that's not a funny moment, but it was.
No, but
I mean,
it's a moment that
Mash
stuck
pulls
with you.
double duty,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
did really good with that. I was into
Yeah.
it.
Audie, did you have anything that really stuck with you or made you laugh or really hit you in the feels of the episodes that we watched?
I mean, Father Mulcahy's sermon on this one really hit home. Like that was
was a
really
real good one.
powerful.
Mhm.
But when it comes to the comedy, the one where we watched where they're cleaning out stuff and Hawkeye and BJ just going back and forth and just
Yes.
having a
Yep.
quip for every single damn thing.
That was so
Yes.
good.
Oh,
Like just the comedy writing of all of that was amazing.
absolutely. Amy, do you have one?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I love me some Klinger or Radar. Actually, I'm gonna pick that.
Ooh,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna pick Radar, and every time that he is like when he, commanding officer, it doesn't even matter which one. Like we've
Yep.
had a couple.
Mhm.
But when they call him over and they start to tell him to do a thing and he's already saying the thing
He's already
Right.
that
done
he's
it.
supposed
Yeah.
to be doing.
Mhm.
So good. I love Radar.
The stigma in the chat says the same thing. I love the scenes in the pilot when Radar's was always one step ahead.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So good.
Yeah, Radar is great. I wish we had gotten some mention of Radar's love for Grape Knee High
It's so good.
because it's adorable.
It's really
Um,
cute.
And but yeah, I love Radar. Alan Alda is a treasure. I love him. But if I have to pick a moment, that is my favorite.
May I introduce our company commander, Colonel Potter, and our company clerk, Corporal Klinger.
Cardinal, Corporal,
Captain?
Chaplain, Corporal, Captain, Colonel, Cardinal, Corporal, show the Cardinal to his quarters.
I will never get tired of
So
that
good.
ever.
It's
Oh,
so
it's
Like
awesome.
who's on first, but in the
It-
army.
Yeah.
good.
It is, and thankfully, we didn't have a laugh track because I feel
Yeah.
like the laugh track would have
Oh.
drowned that out, and it would have driven me insane.
Oh
Gang,
yeah.
the clip show had the laugh track.
Oh dear.
Gang, the
Ooh.
clip show episode had the laugh track, and I was like, this is not good. This is very upsetting.
That is a good
I
point. I
know.
didn't watch a single episode outside of what we were doing, so I don't know what the laugh track sounds like. And to me, it would just brutalize this show.
Yeah, that was the only one that was
Mm.
that was the only one that I've come across in that particular feed. That there must have just not been a version because
Yeah.
it's clips. There just must have not been a version without a laugh track, and I was like, "Oh, this is not good."
Yeah.
I don't mind a sitcom that has a live studio audience, like Cheers having a
Mhm.
live studio audience,
Mhm.
or even more current shows that do. There's something to that because the actors can feed off of it.
Yes.
But when
Yeah.
it's a show like this, do not put a laugh track on that. We don't need that, even if it's a sitcom, but it just takes away, or like cartoons that would have a laugh track.
But
Like
it's
I
also
love Scooby Doo, but every time
Love
Scooby Doo has a laugh
Scooby-Doo.
track, it just drives me up a wall.
oh, I find that hilarious.
I love it. It for me is one of my
But I think
favorites.
for this one, right? Because like a lot of those shows, you as the viewer are the viewer,
Mhm.
right? Like you're just watching this show. But I feel like MASH really benefits from you being part of this group, part of this ragtag bunch.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know?
No, it would be
And-
like if Modern Family had a laugh track,
Yes.
Yeah.
or Malcolm in the
Mhm.
Middle had a laugh track.
Yeah.
Like
The
it
comedy
just
stands
doesn't
on its own.
Yeah, it doesn't
Mhm.
feel right
Yeah.
because you got to be in it.
It's
and
also so
Amy,
rapid
that's
fire.
a perfect point.
Like
Yeah.
there's
Well,
so many
yes.
rapid fire jokes. Where do you put the laugh that doesn't kill you being able to hear what just
timing.
happened
Yeah.
or break the
Mhm.
timing? Yeah, you're not. The actors aren't pausing to wait around for the laugh to be
Right.
over like you would on a live show. So it,
Yeah.
it just their timing would just be all bonkers. I just don't see how it would work.
No, we don't need that.
Mhm.
No.
So, one thing I did want to touch on real quick before we wrap up talking about MASH. To this day, to date, The finale of MASH is one of the highest rated television episodes of all time.
Yeah.
It was the highest rated for many, many years. I think it got surpassed non-sporting event related.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
not the Super Bowl. But one thing that I have never heard even mentioned is a remake of MASH, a reboot of MASH.
I don't think you can.
And in this era of everything being redone, you know, we just heard that David Boreanaz is being cast as Jim Rockford in a reboot of the Rockford Files, which I will say, not opposed. I think if anybody could do it, I think he could pull that off. But you never hear about MASH in a remake, and I think that's because, you know, you always hear about, oh, you could never remake this, you could never remake that. You could not capture what MASH was. Again.
I think you could maybe,
Not in the same way.
no, you could take this and you could pick a different war and different people, and I feel like you could make, like, if you were going to do it again, which there's no reason to do it again, but I feel like, you know, there's legs to make this somewhere else. You know what I mean? Because there are differences, and you know what I mean? And it would be a different set of things, like, especially if you picked a different time, right? Because it's very squarely set in, you know, in the 50s, and that's part of the whole thing, right? Is that because you're here, those social norms back home don't really apply because you're in the war. So I think, you know what I mean? Like, you could even do like a desert storm. You know what I mean? Like, it would have to be something very different.
It would definitely have to be different, because I think not only is, like, our military has changed.
I mean, the draft, when was the last time we had the draft? Vietnam? So,
But
I mean, because that's
also,
the
like,
whole other part.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing,
That's
right?
so
like, half
much
of
of
these
it.
people are,
Most of the main surgeons do not want to be there.
and so that changes it. The public's relationship to our military is very different.
I think that's the biggest thing that stands out to me is the public relationship to the military has changed a lot from even from the 70s. I mean, it's depicting the 50s, but even from the 70s, you know, there's been a massive change in how we look at war and it operates. So it'd be tough. It would be tough to pull off even a hospital type emergency cast and not have someone, because every flipping thing on Earth's political now. It would always be, what point are they trying to make today? And you know,
and
be all saucy about it.
And that's the thing. If you watch through episodes of MASH, it got very political and had messages to it. And that was the thing. Like, it was about the Korean War, but it became very much subtextually about the Vietnam War. As it went along.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like that would either be too heavy-handed now, or, to your point, Stephen, just people bristling at the thought of that and projecting onto it what it doesn't need to be. And I think that would hurt it in the long run. But it's so rare that we get something that is so perfectly of its time, yet also kind of timeless and hasn't been messed with. Because as popular as MASH was and still is, you would think some executive somewhere along the line would have tried to force through, like, let's do a remake of MASH. And
Even
it just
a movie,
never.
right? Like, even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just never happened. And I'm kind of glad for that.
Yeah.
If I'm
Some
honest.
things don't need to be touched. Like, some things are fine on their own. It's like, you know, they did that MacGyver remake. And I think it made it 2 seasons, maybe. It didn't last very long. It's not that MacGyver's not great content. It's just no one had an appetite for it. Like, we still like old MacGyver. Like, we still like that.
We already have that. We got that one. We have MacGyver.
We have MacGyver at home. We don't need new.
And he's got a
MacGyver.
paper clip and a rubber band, and that's all we need.
Yeah, we think it's great. And
We
he
built
fought
an airplane.
He fought Brazilian fire ants one time with fire.
Another one along those lines would be like the X-Files. They tried to bring back, but it's like just television and storytelling had changed so
Just
much
so
since
different.
the X-Files had been on the air.
Yeah.
That you know,
Yeah, nobody wants
Plus
to watch you
Fringe.
drink ayahuasca or whatever it was.
It was
You
ayahuasca.
drink,
Right.
smoke it. I don't know what you do with it, but yeah.
and then
but
the
you know,
cats.
at the same time, like because those things still exist, we can go back and watch them,
Mhm.
and that's the beauty of it. That's what I love about doing this show is going back and seeing something like MASH and realizing, oh, we were doing this stuff 40, 50 years ago and doing it really, really
Yeah.
well.
No
Yeah.
wonder TV's so bad right now. We did all the good stuff already.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Those were the
Um,
days. Those were the days.
They were.
Uh,
and those were the days of MASH.
There is a correction. Skeezik said that MacGyver went for 5 seasons, not 2.
Oh, wow.
I was way off. Apparently, people
Wow.
still watch network television. I just had no idea.
I think NCIS has been on the air for like 150
Yeah.
years at this point.
Yeah, everyone. If you're 60 or older, you're enjoying that show.
Yeah, but some of those seasons are not the same as they used to be. Some of them are just like 12 episodes or so.
Yeah. What is it? The Simpsons is about to have episode. Is it 800?
Yeah, Simpsons gonna go forever.
Insane.
NCIS
Insanity.
is just best known for that wonderful hacker episode with the 2 people on one keyboard. That's wonderful. Keep writing bad TV, everyone.
I love that. No, let's go.
Let's just keep
Because
it up.
real hacking is boring.
It is. It's
It is.
stupid.
It's really boring.
It's so dumb. Way more
But-
exciting.
That was our month of MASH episodes, which means, because I'm hosting, that next episode is a new topic.
Yes,
yeah, it
indeed.
is.
So, Audie, where are you taking us? What are we doing?
Okay, so we were thinking about it. We were going to do a poll, and then the poll was too late. We're like, screw it. Let's figure out an idea. I was like, hey, we just got the Super Bowl coming up, which we were going to be right after, but that's
Yeah.
fine.
It's
so I was like,
fine.
The Olympics is on.
Let's, yeah, we got the Olympics, sure. So I thought, hey, let's just do sports-centered episodes
Yeah.
of whatever. So
Not Sports Center episodes. Sports Center.
Individual
Classic.
episodes of Sports Center.
when you're trying to look for sports episodes, you know what comes up a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but I'm just going for it for one that we've talked about covering and we've, talked about here and there, and just going for, we're going to watch Coach, people.
Heck
All right.
yeah.
Coach.
Right.
It's on Prime. So we're going to watch season 2, episode 5. If Keith Jackson calls, I'll be at my therapist's.
Amazing.
I love Coach. It's got Jerry Van Dyke in it.
It does.
I
It
love
very
Jerry
much
Van
does.
Dyke. It's be great.
So, and
And
I'm not
Patrick.
saying, right? It's
Patrick the Starfish.
Yep,
Yes.
he's in it too.
Yep.
But yeah, and I'm not saying this won't be a more Jerry centered episode or anything, but it's going to be a good episode. So,
Yes.
Hint, hint.
hint, hint, wink, wink,
Excellent.
nudge, nudge.
Sports themed, sports centered. The show could be, or the episode could be,
Right.
I guess.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, we're keeping
Pretty
it
open
broad.
to interpretation.
Yeah. So like that episode we did of the Wonder Years.
Yeah. Soccer.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to see if White Shadow is streaming anywhere. I can make you guys watch that.
Oh, boy.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. I can't wait. I watched a lot of Coach growing up. I haven't watched it in 30 years, but I definitely watched a lot of it growing up because it was just one of those sitcoms that we watched in the house. So it's exciting.
Yep.
That'll be great. So that's what's coming up now. We're going into sports theme as we
Yeah.
roll into it's playoff season.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
The NBA playoffs are starting soon. NHL playoffs will be starting soon
Mhm.
ish.
Those are words
Um,
I've heard
Pitchers
before.
and catchers reported.
Pitchers and catchers have reported for spring training, my favorite time of the
Yeah.
year. So excellent. Well, if you watched Coach or MASH, we want to hear about it. Send us some feedback. Those were the days show at gmail.com or thosedayshow.bsky.social. And Stephen, did we have any feedback? this week?
We did. We got an email from our great
Woo.
friend Stigma. He
Yes.
says, "Hey all, this has been a wild ride through my first 4 episodes of MASH, and I'm looking forward to binging the entire series sometime in the near future. The episode especially caught me off guard, seeing Patrick Swayze, the youngest I've ever seen him, and seeing G.W. Bailey, who I've mostly known as Lieutenant Harris in Police Academy, and Scroder in Short Circuit. Thank you for the push to finally check out this iconic series. Hope everyone is keeping safe and staying warm. Sincerely, a Stigma."
Nice.
G.W. Bailey, the two things I always remember with him are Scroder or when they put the was it glue or hot sauce or something in his aerosol deodorant in one of the police academies, and so he comes walking out with his arms out, like he can't put his arms down.
That's terrible.
Sorry,
Nice.
Audie, I cut you off.
No, I was just saying, I got a message on Blue Sky too.
Oh,
So from our friend Skeezix.
all right.
Yay.
Yeah, she had to write in. So she said, "Hello, Skeezix here. MASH 4 of 4. Yay!" Even though the show went off the air 4 months before I was born, it's my favorite. It runs the gamut of comedy to drama to mystery, and every episode featured an OR scene.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many scenes burned into my mind, mostly ones that serve to remind viewers that the show takes place during a war, and a few episodes that were among the first or earliest to use some storytelling techniques. The episode from the POV of the patient, and the one from the ghost of a soldier who was DOA, and the episode of a countdown clock. I could go on and on. My top favorites are Sometimes You Hear the Bullet and the Christmas episode where BJ fights to keep a soldier alive until after midnight, so the death certificate will be 12/26.
Oh my gosh.
Wow,
Drop the mic.
forgot about that one.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get into some stuff like
This show's
yeah.
a masterpiece. Dang
It
good
really
is.
masterpiece.
It is.
172 episodes, I think, if I remember right. So that's a lot of stories to go about.
Yeah.
You ever finish talking about a show and feel like you'd have a moment of silence? Because holy cow, like what the devil? This show is
Right.
amazing.
So
Man, it's good.
There is a non-zero chance that we will come back to some episodes of MASH
Oh,
at some
absolutely.
point, for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I said, send us your feedback. We want to hear from you. Thank you, Skeezix. Thank you, Astigma, as always, for that feedback. Send it to us. Those were the days show at gmail.com. thosedayshow.bsky.social. All of our socials individually will be in the show notes. You can find us there. We love to talk to you. Or go to twodorks.net/discord. Join the Two Dorks Discord. There's a Those Were the Days channel in there. And we'd love to hear from you in that.
Heck yeah.
So until next episode, and Coach, I can't wait. For Amy, for Stephen, for Audie, I'm Travis, and
Attention all personnel. Attention all personnel. We are now done with the MASH episodes.
thanks for listening to Those Were the Days.
I feel like we need a bugle playing Reveille to us now.